Hello everyone, this video is about a complete authentication authorization system. We implemented the role-based management in this video and also the registration and login pages. Okay, we implement all the logics, if that is password hashing, if that is token generation, if that is admin and visitor role-based management. Okay, we did all these things. Let's first of all create a new record that is Latif, for example, and let's enter email latif@gmail.com and let's enter the password. And let's press the register button. We came directly to the login. So let's first of all log in as a visitor. We have two roles, visitor and admin. Come and let's enter the password. Let's press login button. So we came to the home page. It is visitor page with us. If we log in as admin, so then we will move to the dashboard. So we have a record for our admin. Okay, this is the record in our database for the admin. Role is admin. We have created that in this video. Let's enter as that usup@gmail.com and also let's enter the password. Let's log in. See, we came to the dashboard. Okay, this is the dashboard. It means we logged in as admin. So we implemented all these logics in this video. So let's get started. Before starting, if you are new, subscribe my YouTube channel and also like this video and comment down and support me. Let's get started. So for this project, let's first of all set up our environment. So first of all, you should for the React app, okay, to install React app, let's write first you should create an empty folder like this. Okay, login and register. After that, just run this command npm init with. So it will just ask you to enter project name. After that, select React, then select JavaScript. After that, move to the that folder that you have created and then run npm install npm run do. It will just run the server React app. And lastly, in that folder, install Access and Bootstrap. Access is the library for HTTP request and response, and Bootstrap is for designing that we will use. And also for the server side, to create server side app, just come again to the login and register this empty folder and then create a folder by the name of server, and inside that just run npm init -y. So it will create a package.json file inside that, then install all these packages. This is Node.js package, framework express. Mongoose is for the Mongo database. Cars are used to access our API in front end. Nodman is used to refresh our server side app whenever we make some changes. Cookie parser for the cookie, and Bakecrypt used for password hashing. JSON Web Token is used to generate a token. Then create a file inside this folder, okay, like this index.js. Okay, after creating this file, here you should write your code. So it was all about the setup. So now let's get started our coding. And the first step is that we will create a sign up form. Then we will just register a new user inside the database. Okay, we will use Mongo database for that. So I have already installed MongoDB Compass, which is a GUI for the managing the databases using MongoDB. Okay, just let's connect with that. Press connect button, so it will be connected. Yeah, that has connected with that successfully. So now let's move to our front end. Just come here to the SRC folder. Here we have these components. Okay, I have created these login, sign up, main, home. These are the components. Inside app, let's come to the sign up page. First of all, we will create the user interface for the sign up page. That will be simple HTML and Bootstrap code. I think that is very easy. I will pause video for that. So this is the sign up code. So let's explain. Let's first of all, I should import the Bootstrap. Import Bootstrap. Save it. Okay. So these are three state variables where we will store the values of our this sign up registration form. Okay, the name, email, and password. And this is the HTML code. Okay, just a name field. This is the name field and email field and also the password field. But this unchange event, this will call whenever we want to store the value inside those name variables, the state variables inside these name, email, and password. So we use this unchange event and we call those set name, set email, and set password, and to assign values to that. Whenever we are writing a value inside this input field, that will be stored inside those variables. So it is a simple just sign up form. So now let's run our server and let's import the sign up page inside app.jsx. Okay, let's just write sign up. Okay, that has imported. Now let's just run our server. Let's move cd client to our client folder, sorry, client, and let's run now npm run dev, so it will run our server React app. Let's move to this URL, press Ctrl and left button. This is the register and registration page. See, we have these three fields, name, email and password, and also a login button. So this was just as HTML code. So now let's move to whenever we just enter a data, we store these data. For example, I'm writing a name, so that will be stored inside that variable that we have created before, 3 variables. So now whenever we press this register button, we should successfully register or insert this record to the database. So for that, let's move first of all to create our server side app and write the code for that, boilerplate code for that. Just come here to the server side and move to index.js. Here I will just write the basic code that we need for every project. So this is the code that I wrote. Okay, these are the packages that I have imported: Express, Mongoose, Cars, Backrep, JSON Web Token, and Cookie Parser. All of these packages. Then we just create an app, and then we use express.json. This will just parse the data to the JSON format whenever we pass data from front end. And these are the codes to access API inside our front end. And this is cookie parser for cookies. And also finally we run our server. Okay, so now let's run our server app. Just come here to the terminal and create a new one, and just move to cd server folder. Inside that, write npm start. One thing I should show you that we have installed nodman before at the start. Let's come to the package.json. I will show you the nodman, the purpose of nodman. Just come here to the scripts. Yeah, here this is start. You should add then whenever you create your server app, you just add this line. Okay, start nodman index.js. Index.js is this file. Okay, it will automatically run this file, refresh this file whenever you make any changes in this file. npm start. So let's press enter, so it will run our server. See, in our server is running. Okay, so now let's create connection with the Mongo database. Okay, let's come here to the Mongo database and let's copy this connection string. Okay, copy the connection string from this and just come here now. Just write mongoose.connect. Here we should write our connection string. Sometimes if your local host didn't work, so just write 127 IP address. Okay, local host IP address .1. And finally we should write here the database name, what database we want to write. Okay, so the database name would be like let's check it which database we should use. Yeah, we will use the Simply database. Yeah, this is the connection with the MongoDB database, and after that now we will just write APIs for inserting a record to the database. So before writing API code, so now we will create a model for our collection, for our table. Okay, so let's come here to the model, and we have a model here. Let's delete it. I will create a new one. Come here to the model folder, and let's create a new one. Users.jsx or just JS, and here let's import. Let's write const mongoose is equal to require mongoose, and after that let's create the schema of that. User schema is equal to new mongoose dot schema, and after that let's define the fields, which fields we want to have in our data table. Okay, the first one is the name with us. Name is type string with us. We can add here more properties like required and default values also. And then we want to add the email, which is string with us, and also the age, the password, and that is also string type. Finally we should add a role. Okay, role, the default value of a role would be type is equal to, the type is string, and default would be like user. Okay, just a user. The default value is user, or we can add visitor. Okay, visitor, whatever you want to add, so you can add that here. So the default value is visitor. This is the now let's create model and export that. Const user model is equal to mongols dot model. Here first of all we should define our collection name. Our collection name is users. Okay, if you have the collection, just name it. Okay, users. If you don't have, just write the name, it will create automatically. Now let's define user schema. After that, let's export it. Module dot exports is equal to user model. Now let's import it inside our server file. So to import it, let's come here. Const user model is equal to require the model slash user. So to import from that, now we will use this user model to interact with our table. Just come here now. We will create API now to insert a record to the database. Let's write app.post, that is post method with us, and this route would be like register. And after that we will just get request and response here a method, and let's now we will get our data in this request. Okay, whenever we pass from our front end. So now let's first of all distract the values. Const name, email, and password is equal to prom or request dot body. Okay, the data that we pass, that is inside request dot body. Now let's we will use bcrypt function to change our password from simple plain text to hashing. Okay, we will hash our password using bcrypt, this library. Okay, let's write bcrypt and dot hash. We will use dot hash method. After that, let's write our password and then salt. This salt means that it will generate 10 unique character every time we would like to hash our password. Okay, this 10 means this is salt. Okay, so after hashing the password, now let's run dot then promises. Okay, it will generate a hash password for us. Now let's use our user model dot create method to insert a new record. So now let's insert the fields. First of all, name, then we should insert the email, and finally the password. Email and password. Password is equal to with this hash one that we have generated. Okay, I wrote this because these two fields are different. Okay, here we have hash, but in the database we would like to store as a password, but these two fields are name and name. We can simply write like this. So after that, then it will give us the result, the new user. Okay, now if we succeeded, so we will just return a result.json. We will just return a message, for example, status is equal to 200, and let's see, return an object. Okay, status is equal to okay, and also let's return the user, just status okay or succeeded. After that, dot catch if there was any error, so result.json return the error. Again here dot catch if there was any error, result.json return the error. So it was all about registration. So we done our API. So now let's move back to our front end. Come here to the sign up. So whenever we press this submit button, okay, this submit register button, so we should successfully insert a record. Okay, so just come here, whenever press the submit button on submit, we should call this event and create handle submit method, and just come here to create this method. Const handle submit is equal to, we will get an event, and just come here, prevent default submission, and after that we will use Axios library. Okay, we will use Axios library. Let's import Axios. Import Axios from Axios. Now let's call that access.post. We will use the route would be URL. The URL would be like HTTP localhost, then the port number was 3001 in our server side, and after that we should just call this route which we have created right now register. Now let's pass our data. Our data is name, email and password. These are the fields that we should pass. Then we will get a result, a response. So now we can check it if the status was okay, so then we can handle that. It means that we registered successfully. So now we will just return a message, alert okay, created .catch. If there was any error, so just console.log error. So let's move and to create a new record. Okay, let's move to create this record. I think everything is okay. Just come here to the front end. Just let's enter a name, Yusuf, email.com, and the password 12345. Let's press the register button. See, created. It means the record has created successfully. Now let's refresh our database table. See that record has created successfully and the password is hash now. Okay, we enter just 12345, but that has generated a hash password to us. So it was all about our registration. So now let's move to our login page. Okay, for the login we need React Auto DOM. Okay, so let's what we should need. Okay, whenever we press this login button, we should move to the login page. So for that we need React Auto DOM. For routing, let's come here to the auth.jsx. Let's import that browser router and routes and also route from React Auto DOM. So now let's use that. Just come here instead of this browser router and just use here routes. Inside that route, now it has two parameters. First one is the path register would be, or just home page would be, register would be for register, and the element is equal to, let's import the register or sign up. Okay, we have already sign up page component. Now let's create another route for login. That would be login, and now let's create a login component. So we have already the login component. Let's write some code inside that, and let's name it login, and let's write some code here, login, and just come here now to the app.jsx, right here login. Let's import it. That has imported. So let's now back to the sign up page, and to the login we will change it to the link. Okay, to move to that URL. 2 is equal to, we should move to the login route, and let's change it to the link also. Let's import link from React Auto DOM. Let's import that, import link from React Auto DOM. Let's move now. See it. So we faced with an error, so let's check where is the error. Just come here, no routes match relocation / okay. Let's move to the register. It means for / we don't have any register. We are right now at the register. Let's press the login button. So we came to the login. See, login component now. So now let's create the design for the login page. Just come here. So it is the code for the login page, the same code as we wrote for the registration page. Okay, we have two state variables, email and password, two fields for email and password, and then these will just store the values inside that whenever we are writing. So, and login and register button. So let's check it now. Just come and see, this is the login button page. One thing else that I should mention, that let's come to the sign up. Whenever we sign up successfully, so we should move directly to the login page. So for that, let's import another use navigate from React Auto DOM. Use navigate. Okay, from React Auto DOM. Now let's create an instance of that. Const navigate is equal to use navigate. So now let's let's just come here to whenever we log in successfully, we should move to the login page. Okay, let's remove this and right navigate and just move to the login page. So it will directly log into the move to the login page now. So now whenever we press this login button, we should successfully log into the system. Okay, so let's implement this login functionality. Yeah, so let's move to the login page. So whenever we press this login button, so we should move back to the, just come here we should call on submit event, on submit handle login or handle submit. Let's create this function now, const handle submit get an event. It is the same process as we did in the sign up page. Okay, so let's come here and just copy this code, and just come here to the login to not take too much time the video. Okay, we will move to the login now, login route, and we will pass email and password to that, and also we should move back to the, so now I will skip it. Okay, let's come in this line. It's okay, so it will just post and it will move to the login route and it will just pass email and password. So now let's move to our server side and let's create that API. App.post, the route is login, then we will get request and response. So now let's distract our email and password is equal to request.body. After that, let's just use our user model dot find one. Okay, we will use this method and we will just run now our email through this. Okay, if the user was existed, so then we will go ahead email, we will pass this email to that, then it will give us a result. So now let's write if user was existed, so then we will implement this code, else just return result.json, return JSON no record existed. It means if the user was not existed, it means it didn't find any user based on this email, so then it will just print us there is no record based on this email. It means the email is not registered with us. If the user was existed, so then we will just check our password. Okay, because the password is hash, but the password which is coming from front end, that is a plain text. So now let's run again the bcrypt function, bcrypt.compare function. Now first of all we will pass our password, then user.password. Okay, take the password from the database user.password, and it will compare it. Whenever it compares, so then it will generate, let's write error or response. Let's create this function. Now let's write if response. It means if the response was okay, it means the password was okay. So then we will run this code if the password was not okay. So let's write return result.json. The password is incorrect. Okay, but if the password was okay, so then we will generate a token now. Okay, so to generate the token we will use JSON web token. Okay, this one GWT. Now we use it to generate a token. Let's write GWT. Let's write first of all const token is equal to GWT dot sign, and after that let's what we would like to we should have in our payload. So for the payload let's write first of all we will just store our email user dot email, and also let's write our role is equal to user dot role. After these two, let's now write our secret key. Okay, this is the secret key, This should be a unique and secret key that no one should know about this key, and this should be at least 32 characters. So let's write this key. Now for the learning purpose, I will just write GWT secret key. In the third is an optional parameter which would be like expires in 1 day, for example. Okay, it will expire in 1 day. So it will now generate a token to us based on this secret key in this payload that we have entered, and now let's store our token inside the cookies in the front end side and the cookies. Okay, so to store it on the cookies, so for that we need, first of all, let's come here to the cars. In the cars we should add some code in this cars. Okay, first of all, origin we should access, we would like to access it from localhost http 127.0.0.1 from this IP address, and also the methods are, we would like to use get and post methods, and also credentials is equal to true. We should write these. Okay, we would like to access our front end side through this URL. Okay, and also from which component we would like to call this, we should write some code there, like we would like to call from login. Let's write here access. We are using access.defaults.with credentials is equal to true. We should write like this, otherwise it will not work. And just come here. Now we will just store the cookies. Response.cookies cookie, and this is the here we should have the name, which is token, and the value is token. Okay, the name is token, and the value is this token that we have generated. This token will be stored inside the cookies. So now let's return response.json. Let's return an object that would be status, or we can just simply return success. Okay, one thing else, here we should just simply return the success. Yeah, everything is okay. So now let's move to the login. So whenever we log in successfully, that will return to us the status success. Okay, let's console that. Result.data. Let's save it, and now let's move to our login page. Let's just enter in email yusuf@gmail.com, and the password is 12345. Let's move to the console, what we get in the result, and let's press login button. We got access error, login. So let's check where is the error. Yeah, login, just come here, access.post http localhost login, and we passed email and password to that. Just come here to the index /login and request. So let's check our server side, where is the error. Server side is okay, no error, but here with the access we have an error. Access from access, so that is blocked by cars. So let's move to our server side, and we should change this URL. Okay, just come here. Yeah, this URL, we should change this URL. Let's come here and copy our URL. Just copy this URL and just come here and paste it here. Paste it here. Just remove this login. We will access from this URL from our front end. So let's come here again and let's press the login button. No record existed. Okay, it means that there is no record based on this email. So let's check it why there is no record. Let's to the database. Oh, in the database we don't have our email field, so let's add our email. Where we missed our email, let's come here to the user model. We have written email. It is like this spelling mistake. Okay, let's save it and let's register a new record. Let's move to the sign up page and let's enter a name, rape.com. Let's register. So we registered successfully. So now let's log in. rape@gmail.com. Let's log in. So we logged in successfully. Okay, before in the previous record we didn't have the email here. Okay, because the email field was wrong. So now it is okay. So we entered login successfully. Let's check the cookie. Okay, the cookie is generated or not. Let's come here to the application. Just come here to the cookie. See, we have this token. Okay, this is the token and this is the cookie that we have stored inside our cookie. So now whenever we log into the system, so we should check if we logged in as a visitor, we should move to the visitor page. If we logged in as an admin, so we should move to the admin. Okay, for the admin I will just edit this record. Okay, just come here and edit it. I will add email also. So I have updated, I added email and also the role is admin. So now let's check it. Okay, whenever we log in, so let's whenever we logged in successfully, so we should move to that page. Okay, just come here and we should return an object which contains a status, which is success, and also the role, which is equal to with the user.role. Okay, let's come here to the user.role. Let's move to the login page. Now here we will check app result.data.status was equal to with success. So then what it should do, it should again check app result.data.role was equal to with the admin. So it should move to the dashboard. Okay, to the dashboard component. So let's create the dashboard component. Just come here and we have, this is home page, but let's create one another for the dashboard .jsx. Let's write something inside this. Dashboard. Okay, and come here to the home page. Now again just come here to the index.js. Here we did our functionality. Let's come here. If the role was admin, so it should navigate to the dashboard URL. Right now we don't have navigate in dashboard route. Let's first of all import navigate. Use navigate from React Outer DOM that has imported. So now let's create an instance of that. Navigate is equal to use navigate. Yeah, so it will move to the dashboard route. So let's create dashboard route. Dashboard, and let's write dashboard. Yeah, dashboard. Okay, dashboard. let's import that. Dashboard, let's save it. And if there was no dashboard, so if the role was not admin, so then it should else it should move to the navigate / home, just simply / okay. It should move to the /, just come here and let's add that. And here it should move to the just home page, and let's import that. Let's save it. Just come here. Now let's log in. Okay, for example, gmail.com. let's write the password. Let's log in. See, we came to the home page. Okay, but if we log in as an admin, so then we should move to the dashboard. So let's first of all delete these cookies. Now let's come back, refresh the page, and just let's enter admin use gmail.com. let's write 5. let's log in. See, we came to the dashboard. Okay, to the dashboard page. So now whenever we come to the dashboard, so we should add protected routes. Okay, so to add the protected routes, whenever we come to the dashboard, let's come here to the dashboard. Here we will run just the protected routes for the security purpose. Okay, let's write use effect here, use effect hook. And here I will just let's simply copy this code because it is taking time to write from scratch. Paste it here. Now it will change to that git, and let's remove this and also remove this. And after that let's start in. We will get a result. Now we will just check if result dot data was equal to with success, so then it should navigate to the home dashboard. So if we succeeded, so let's create a variable here, const success. Okay, set success equal to, I will just print a message is equal to use state that is empty by default. And if we succeeded, we will just set succeeded. Okay, and let's print it. We just print that succeeded variable. Okay, else if that was not success, so then we should move back to the login page, or we can navigate back to this home route. So let's first of all import navigate, use navigate from React Auto DOM. After that let's create instance of that. Navigate, and now let's make it navigate, so it will go back to the home page. And yeah, now let's create this let's make it access.get dashboard. Let's create this API inside this index.js, and just come here app.get/dashboard, and here I will call the middleware, okay, to verify the user. So to verify the user, let's call the middleware verify user. I will create this middleware later. Okay, request and response result.json success. let's call this, create this middleware, const verify user is equal to request response and next. This next is used if we succeeded, then we will call this next, it will come back to this route. Okay, so first let's read the token. Token is equal to request dot cookies dot token. Okay, the token that we stored inside the cookies. So it will now we will read that first of all. Now let's check if no token, if the token was not available. So then let's return response dot JSON. Token is missing. Okay, else if the token was available, now we will verify the token, or is the token validated, okay or not. Let's use JWT again, dot verify, and now let's pass the token that we have, and also we will just write our secret key. Our secret key was GWT secret key. Okay, this was our secret key. Let's make it like this. So let's see our secret key. It was our secret key. And after secret key, we will get error or decoded value. These decoded are the values that we have decoded before. Okay, these values. Let's check in these email and role. Now if there was error, so again let's return response.json error. Okay, with token. Else if there was no error, so now let's check the role. Okay, app decoded dot role was equal to with admin. So then we will call next middleware. Else return response.json not admin. Just simply this message. It is what that we got. Okay, yeah, so now let's check it. Okay, let's come here to the dashboard. I think we didn't, just come here to the dashboard, we didn't import Axios from Axios, and also use effect as imported, navigate as imported. Let's save it now. Yeah, it is home page. Right now we are at the home page. So now let's move to the let's delete the cookies. Move to the register page, login page, sorry. Yeah, we came to the login page. So now let's first of all insert as the admin sub@gmail.com, and let's enter the password 5. Let's press the login button. So we came to the home page. But instead of this we should move to the dashboard. So let's check it, where is the problem. Let's move to the once to the application, and I think the error was in the cookies. So first I will just delete this one. Okay, so now let's move back and to the login page. Okay, let's now log in as gmail.com, and let's enter the password. Let's press login button. So we came again to the home page, but let's check where is the error. One thing else that we missed, we should write here the Axios.defaults dot with credentials is equal to true. And one thing else, whenever we log in, so let's check it. Okay, whenever we yeah, the problem is that error with token. Okay, we got the error here. Yeah, we got here. It means that whenever we just compare our token, so we got an error. Yeah, the error was because our secret key was wrong. Okay, it is key, not kit. Okay, let's make it key. Let's move, and let's again move to the login page. and let's now enter our record user@gmail.com. 1 2 3 4 5. Let's press login button. See, we came to the dashboard and successfully okay, it means that we successfully logged into the system. But if we logged in as a e-visitor, let's write arif gmail.com and write the password. Press login button. See, we came to the home page directly. So it was all about complete authentication with the role-based management. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.